What is it when I say that you are a masculine guy? What is masculinity? And women love masculine men. So if you're someone who thinks that masculinity is all about biceps, triceps, going to the gym, keeping fit, martial arts, or, just being very healthy, no, that's one aspect of your life. But what exactly is masculinity? What is it? I'm going to decode for you in this particular video. So stay tuned and stay hooked on till the last point, okay? This video is going to give you a very new perspective. So do watch and watch again. Give a thumbs up, join the community. I'm all about supporting men, so help me grow this channel. And also do subscribe and do register for my 101 session as well. The link is in YouTube bio, on Instagram bio. So do be a part of it and check it out. So welcome everyone, and I am Neeti here. I am your go-to girl. Every week I bring you insider information which is absolutely no BS, and this is around women from their point of view, what they think, what they feel, what they say, because they are complicated. We are a little complicated, but this video, all the videos on my channel are basically to simplify dating scene relationship in your life and to make it less stressful for you. Okay, so let's dive into it. What is masculinity? How can you become one, and how can you train women of your choice? Masculinity is all about how well do you know yourself, your internal values, how well do you treat yourself, how well do you treat the relationship you're in, and how well do you treat the girl who is in relationship with you, okay? How much boundaries, limits, deal breakers you set, you make it clear in the relationship in front of the girl, okay? Understand, girls in general do not have a sense of boundary. So every time when they jump over, every time when they do something and they don't acknowledge it, okay, they don't take accountability of it. And on the other hand, they tend to disrespect you and disregard you, okay? That is all because you have not set your boundaries very clearly with them. And women do not have a sense of boundaries. It's like a dog who doesn't have a sense of fence or a leash. So every time he runs over or he jumps over and he goes on the road, or sometimes he runs away, is only because there is no leash around his neck or there is no fence, there is no boundary, okay? So women treat men like dogs treat boundaries. So there is no comparison. This is just an example to help you understand, okay? So boundaries is something where a woman looks for a structure, looks for a direction in a relationship. Otherwise, if she doesn't have this, she can create chaos in a very calm, happy, healthy relationship as well. Women love structure. So men in general, they need to know that if you give them structure and direction, the woman is going to thrive in the relationship. She will take care of you also, and she will be hooked on to you, loyal to you, committed to you, okay? And she would not step out of her boundaries. Setting up boundaries from day one is extremely important. So if you are someone who is dating or in a relationship or married life for that matter, if you have not set boundaries, then watch this video and start from today itself. Little changes in your nature or behavior can actually turn around the relationship for your good and could actually make it very, very healthy and make the woman just hooked on to you and absolutely committed and loyal. It's about letting the woman know that she has to respect the limits that you have set. She also has to respect your time, energy, space, and your entire day schedule. You cannot be at her beck and call. Okay, so if a woman, I'm going to give you a couple of examples to help you understand this in a better way. So now if a woman, let's say your girlfriend, she has asked that let's go out on a date on such a such day. Now she cancels it last minute and she doesn't reschedule it, okay? She doesn't even take accountability of it. She doesn't want to acknowledge it. And she's just left by saying that, not today, we'll meet some other time, okay? Sorry, baby, I don't have time. Now, here, you also have everyday schedule and you also have work and you have sort of rescheduled things to take out time to go on a date with her. So it's not like your time is not important. She is not acknowledging that. So it's all about invisible fence method is all about without saying much or doing much, in your actions itself, you just have to put down those limits and boundaries in a very firm, assertive way. So every time that she being, she becomes flaky and she cancels things last minute, and she doesn't take accountability of it, then all you have to do is you have to just make her understand that I'm sorry, but your flakiness is just going to lead me to cancel plans in future for next 2 to 3 weeks because I really don't have time. Okay. Or another example that if I give you, let's say if a woman, she disrespects you in private or public. Now all you have to do is just be on a silent treatment, just step back, and that's it. No communication, whether it's text messages or calls or whatever for next few days. Let her think that what is it. And even then, if she doesn't realize, all you have to do is just say that, you know what, if you break this particular deal breaker of mine, which is that you disrespect me in front of people or even in private, then that will lead to detachment. Or let's say if she brings up other boys, other men that she wants to talk about in her conversation, or she keeps bringing up her ex-boyfriend, the only way you can do is calmly correct her by saying that I am not going to entertain jealousy. Because here's the thing. Men who are secure with themselves, men who are secure with their life, men who are secure with their values are the ones who will be very secure in their relationship with a woman as well. What women do, they try to test the men by actually bringing up conversation of other boys and men to see whether their guy is feeling jealous or not. Now, if you are a secure guy, you would obviously just very calmly correct her that, hey, you know what? You bringing up other boys, well, I'm not going to entertain jealousy. So these are few examples that I'm giving you. This is how you set boundaries. See, she has to understand that every time there is a behavior which is in terms of disrespect or disregard towards you, she has to acknowledge that. If the girl doesn't take accountability of that, well then you can make it very, very clear that there are going to be consequences as well. Now, I don't expect you to be aggressive or dominating. Please don't do all of that. But in a very respectful manner, you can, in an assertive manner, put your foot down. That's very, very important. She has to realize that in a consistent relationship, adjustments have to be made from her side. It's not only the man always who would say sorry or who would come pleading that please, let's just get back to normal, or who would come giving flowers or gifts that, let's just get things back to normal, even if it is not his fault. Masculinity is all about boundaries, limits, and of course, your deal breakers. Moving on to another point, but yes, before I forget, a lot of men, what they do, they try to bring in this kind of boundary system for some time. But then there are times when they get into a fight with the girl and then they go at her beck and call. They become like that 24/7 hotline for her. She can call them anytime. She can get them to do anything also, or any kind of favor, any kind of work. Baby, do this, baby, do that. And the baby does that also. No. Please don't do that, okay? When you are setting your boundaries, make sure that you are consistent with it. If the girl is realizing that, yes, your boundaries are to be respected, she's the kind of girl you're going to be holding on to. But if she's someone who says that, you know what, I really don't care, so, well, let her go. That's the thing. Moving on to point number 2, what is it that makes you masculine and women love masculine men? See, being masculine is basically all about psychologically decoding the relationship patterns, which most of the couples, they fall in that trap. They don't get to know what is exactly going wrong, okay, and especially when it comes to men. So this is about rewarding her with emotional reinforcement. Now, let me simplify it and tell you that women in general, they basically are emotional creatures, okay? Now, women who are good and the ones who are actually supporting you, helping you to elevate, to evolve in your work life, in your private life, in your family life, women who are supporting you when it comes to taking care of your family, women who are supportive when it comes to your work. They're equally stimulated and driven and inquisitive to know about your work and how can they help you out. Women who are solution oriented, okay? And women who are also adding values to your life. She's encouraging you to take out time only for yourself by taking care of your home, your family, and maybe other things, and she's sort of encouraging you that you don't have to spend too much time with me. Instead, you go and focus on your work or some other passion or hobby or anything else. Maybe it could be a professional course that you want to follow or study further. These are the kind of women who are basically adding to your internal and external values. Now, to keep them, a masculine guy would know that he would always reward them with emotional reinforcement, which means that you reward them with good behavior, which means that then you show love, affection, and admiration and attention to the girl. So you're basically validating her that, hey, thank you that you have been so supportive as a girlfriend, as a wife, as a partner. So once you validate her on emotional ground, it instinctively reassures her that, you know what, I am in this relationship with him. I am absolutely committed to the guy, and I am going to adjust in all situations and circumstances. So you are basically emotionally rewarding her with good behavior and keeping her away from the bad behavior. The bad behavior would then in this case mean that, somewhere she's dissatisfied and she disregards you. She cheats behind your back. And she does things behind your back and she hides it as well. But when you reward her, you show her that, you know what, I can see how much effort you're putting as my girlfriend, as my wife, as my partner, by helping me out to, in anything that I do in my life, or, even respecting my vulnerable side. That guy would always make sure to show love, affection, attention, and admiration to the girl, wife, or partner. That is what I mean by saying that you reward her with emotional reinforcement time and time again, so that she also feels belonged in the relationship. She feels wanted and she feels desired. And honestly, any good masculine guy always does that. A masculine guy will always train her woman through experiences and less of words, okay? So any guy who keeps over complimenting or telling the woman that, oh, you know what, for everything, thank you so much, that gets a little annoying for the woman. But any masculine guy, he will observe, okay? And when he starts to experience that the girl, the partner, is really taking care of him, she does something every day which really makes him feel that, she is looking after me, she is nurturing me, she is very, very supportive. That is the time any true masculine guy will always train the woman, emotionally validate her through experience. And by that I mean that you could just, out of the blue plan a lunch or a dinner date, surprise her, take her out somewhere, make her have that experience. Once the woman feels that she is emotionally validated, automatically she fits the bill. Automatically she starts to work hard and she starts to feel that, no matter what, I need to make the relationship work. I will adjust because I'm validated. I will do things to fit in the mold. So it's all about emotionally, acknowledging the fact that, hey, you know what? Thank you for being such a good nurturer. You are taking care of me, Once the woman hears that, trust me, you are training her through experience and less of words. When you are also taking her out, making her feel special by doing little things just out of the blue, buy flowers for her and send a note saying thank you for taking care of me on a daily basis. Something like that. And trust me, when you emotionally validate her, things completely change because she feels committed, she feels belonged, and she become the master in your relationship. Now, this is a very, very important point, okay? And what I mean by that is, let's give you an example of a dog again, all right? Now, a dog always loves his master. That's only because the master provides him with food, shelter, safety, security, all right? So the more the dependence, the deeper is the bond, or the deeper is the loyalty, because a dog will always come back to you. Now, even if it's a stray dog and free to roam about anywhere, but if he gets a consistent provider who gives him, let's say, biscuits every day, food, shelter, safety, security. Even the stray dog tends to become committed and loyal and is more and more dependent on that provider and gets more and more attached to the provider. And now by understanding this concept, you somewhere become the master of that particular dog. In the same way, when it comes to women, you basically provide her with everything that she is actually lacking, okay, in terms of emotional well-being or physical well-being or mental well-being. And now what do I mean by that? For example, if your partner is someone who is very confused about making decisions on day-to-day basis or any big decision in her life, if you are there as a person who is a leader, who helps her to lead in her decision making, who helps her to see things clearly, then you are somewhere for fulfilling a particular aspect of her emotional well-being, which she's lacking. She's not very good at it. Okay. Lastly, you just have to be the man who provides her with safety, stability, and security. Every woman would love that. You are someone who is a masculine guy by being calm, composed, in control of your emotions, no matter what the situation is. That is what girls look for. That is what they look for when they are looking for a committed long-term relationship. You know, if she is somewhere stuck, you take the lead, you help her out. And that is where women, when they know that you give them a sense of direction, you know that your decision making is what is helping them out, they know that they can rely upon you, they can trust you, they can fall back on you. And that is where the real masculinity comes out. Okay? Be the kind of man who actually sets his boundaries in a very silent manner, but in a very assertive manner. Be the kind of guy whose judgment and a sense of discretion is always trusted by her. Be the kind of guy who would always handhold her through any situation, and then see what exactly masculinity brings out, because it does magic. And that is why women love masculine men. It's all about tapping into her emotions. It's all about controlling and guiding her reactions. That is what she wants. Every woman at the end of the day somewhere is, looking for that father figure. And if you are the kind of guy, and this is what I'm talking about, being masculine. These are the little traits that you can, bring in, little patterns that you can change about yourself. At the end of the day, she will know that she cannot test you. She cannot cheat you. She will be accountable for all her behavior and her actions, because she will, at the end of the day, understand the boundaries that are set by you. And that is being a successful masculine guy. And I hope this video has somewhere helped you. You can watch the video again to understand it. See, this is all psychological behavioral patterns that I try to decode and simplify in a language that you will be able to understand and help you on a day-to-day basis as well. So give a thumbs up, please, to this video, and please help me increase the YouTube reach and grow this community. It's all about a man's well-being. For women, there are a lot of well-wishers and YouTubers making videos around them. But my question is, what about men and their well-being? And that is why I am here to handhold you. Do subscribe to the channel and join my one-on-one personal sessions. You can register. The link is there in the YouTube description and on my Instagram bio as well. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.